Hello, this is Captain Poodle speaking. Are you ready to find love?
Yes, ahoy, matey.
Love. Exciting and new. Go online. They're catfishing you.
Shocker.
Fiance.
Soon you'll be flying to parts unknown.
90-day Beyonce.
Marrying someone you only met on your phone.
Be they French or Chinese, a brand new K1 visa's the key.
Ooh, the key to what, Poodle?
To love.
It's reality, yes, let's
love. I'm still icing my shoulder.
Poodle still icing her shoulder, y'all. Wow. Wow.
Getting old is hard.
It is
Being
hard.
30 is difficult.
Wouldn't know. Wouldn't know. 20, it's fine.
Woo!
Yeah. Show my leg. You show your shoulders. I'm showing my leg.
Yo,
and
this
Gary.
is Toe. This is Toe. This is Toe Part 2. We're talking about the OGs.
Season 3, Episode 1. Love makes you crazy.
In other words, people we've seen before. The only couple we did not see.
The gays.
Did not see the gays.
We did love them.
I'm putting a prediction here.
What?
I don't think there's that much drama.
No.
Yeah.
I really want Armando to be a really bitchy bridezilla.
Raging
Just be
bridezilla.
like, Kenny, this is a wedding I've always dreamed of. Why won't you give it to me?
I feel like
That's not going to
Kenny
happen.
might have more.
No, have you not seen the previous? Armando's he's a creative style.
Oh, so he's wound up.
The painting
so
he
tight.
did of my dog is amazing.
Oh, that is a
it's
beautiful
so
thing.
good. But no, he's like Armando has
She actually looks better in that painting than she's ever looked in life.
save it. You know, Kenny's been married. I mean, he was to a woman, but he's done all that.
Yeah,
He doesn't care. He's
Yeah.
just happy he looks young.
that's true.
But Armando, she's going to want the wedding of her dreams.
Yeah. Well, obviously he's been married before.
To
Hannah, or maybe he wasn't married.
The woman who tried to kill him?
Who chased him down and who died?
Yeah.
God, there's some Southern stories.
I don't remember if they were married or not. That's such a horrible thing. Armando, that is not your fault.
It is not your fault,
No, you're a wonderful person.
and we're not making light of it.
We laugh about things here because we have to. Something we don't laugh about, we're going to say it again. Thoughts and prayers and love to our Louisiana
New
sissies.
Orleans
Yes.
and Louisiana and wherever the hurricane goes inland. and
I was
what it
just
does.
watching an Instagram live video with Tamika, because y'all know I love Southern Charm New Orleans. For the people that follow me from AfterBuzz, and I became friends with them, we've been messaging. But yeah, the whole roof of their newsroom or parts of their newsroom just
Yikes.
blew off. Like she went and took a picture and she's on the 8th floor and half of the wall's just gone.
Oh no!
So she's like, why are we here? So anyway, it's a very stressful time.
It is. I just had a flash, and I just want to. This is not to diminish any of that, but if you haven't watched the other two yet, with Molly Shannon's character, who is the talk show host Pat now, and she's listening to something. She's listening. So my husband had cancer. She goes, "Oh no." And she's like, but then he got better. Oh, good. But then he got worse. Oh, no.
What's the other two?
Oh, it's such a great show. It was on Comedy Central with Drew Tarver and Helene York.
Not
and
familiar.
They're funny. Their younger brother got famous, and they were the other two kids.
Oh. I watched the pilot of that show, and I loved it.
Yes, Chris Kelly. And
Then I forgot about it.
Promptly.
Promptly.
I promptly vomited on my strip of shoes.
All right,
but it's on HBO Max now, the new season, and it's
there's a new season now.
yes, but she's a talk show host now, Molly Shannon, and she listens, she goes, oh no, she goes, oh good,
oh good,
oh, no. If y'all Molly Shannon on that show, give her with what she did in White Lotus and what she did.
She's in White Lotus?
Yes, she's the mother-in-law. She's that asshole's mother-in-law.
I'll watch it next year. That's when I get this stuff.
It must be hard being so out of the loop.
I'm used to it.
That's true. Oinky knew everything.
It's true. Maybe I'll get to some stuff this week. I'm like the Nissa from Lalu. Well, I guess I'll try to watch that in February when I don't have to worry about the farm.
Should we? Is anything else? Live show, you guys. Live show is sold out.
Thank you very much. We appreciate that. We're beyond
which
excited.
bowls us over. And
she don't get bowled over. Well, yeah, you actually get bowled over a lot. But literally, they just roll you
Usually,
over.
I'm not surprised by it.
Yeah.
I know it's coming.
You know
I'm aware.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's a strike.
Boom.
Oh, no, just a spare.
Y'all, let's jump in.
Okay.
Hey, everybody, I'm Jesus.
Surf
and I like
Jesus.
to surf Jesus, y'all. It's Surf Jesus and Evelin.
Y'all, Surf Jesus got thick during Quar.
Well,
and I can't say I don't like it.
You've always been more attracted to him than me.
I like him with a little thickness.
Now,
in thickness and in health.
No, he looks good. Y'all, Corey can fuck. It's not it's a boyfriend dick, but
I disagree.
Really?
No.
You don't think so?
No.
But he's on the waves and
here's the problem. He's always trying to please you and will ask you, do you like this?
So that's the emotional. So I was thinking of I'm used to someone not talking at all and just like pummeling me, just going shh, shh, shh. But
and you're going,
but that part of sex, yes, it wouldn't be good.
No.
I was just thinking of him hammering at me like a glory hole.
Wow. I just ate pizza. That kind of going down the wrong way. I've decided that, yes, he is Surf Jesus, but I'd also like to call him unseasoned potato salad. There's just something about him that is so ordinary.
Yes, he's very ordinary. Now, we aren't going to go through, y'all, with these. There's no point of saying...
We're not going to go to the backstory.
The history. But it is important, because I don't think everybody watched 90 Day What Now or Quarantine Tales. Yeah. But they're actually using some of the things that happened in quarantine in this. Right. And part of it, y'all, Corey got... They had a big
storyline during
He got
quarantine.
real hot.
Remember that?
That's when he lost a little bit of weight. He had his cum gutters back.
Yeah.
I thought that's when he looked good.
I think I like a little bit of thickness on him now.
Y'all, and what happened is basically, so let's just jump into it. So if you're new, y'all, this is an OG 90-day couple. They've been around like, what?
Whether we like it or not.
This is their third season on The Other Way. They started on season 1.
The Other Way tends to do that.
Yes.
So far, because Jenny and Sumit have had 3 as well.
Yeah. So y'all, they're out serving living. They live in Ecuador, and they live in the town of we call it Pig Town.
Ingabao.
Because
Ingabao.
We call it Pig Town because y'all literally. She says there's just pigs.
There's lots of pigs running around.
Lots of pigs everywhere, and so anyway.
With huge balls.
That was that monkey, too, somewhere. Huge.
I noticed that, too.
It's like, wow.
I actually said audibly, look at that monkey's balls.
That's what I said, too.
That's the sequel to the monkey's paw.
The monkey's balls.
The monkey's balls.
Whatever he gives, he fucks you twice.
I was going to say, you don't hold the balls and wish on it and you just get fucked that night.
Yeah.
if you hold the monkey's paw.
Yeah.
Monkey's balls.
So that they do talk about, they had some drama because now correct me if I'm wrong, Poodle, which
they met 6 years ago.
They met 6 years ago, but in quarantine they broke up.
Yeah,
but Evelin says they were on a break, but they didn't really break up, and basically,
which is textbook for Evelin.
Corey was trying to find himself because he surfed Jesus.
He went to Peru because the surf was good and it was cheap. Surf was good and it was cheap.
So that's where he met a lady. And we said then, this is the best thing Corey could do. Y'all,
and guess what? It worked.
It worked because, y'all, that is the one thing that could get Evelin to go crazy is that he had... Because she's going to marry him and then fuck around on him.
Yeah. Now, y'all, this is off the show, but Corey's got an OnlyFans, And Evelyn.
So does Evelyn.
And Evelyn. Oh, really? Does she sew boobies?
No, I think she has an OnlyFans first, and then she made Corey get an Evelyn.
I think she made him, and I just picture her going, "Take it off, buddy. Show
Corey,
that asshole.
Corey, yeah.
Corey, show that asshole."
Oh yeah, jack off on that surfboard. Yeah.
He hasn't shown dick yet.
He hasn't.
He's shown butt.
The only people from 90 Day who have shown dick are the people we don't want to see their dick.
I don't know. Eric and Larissa, that's a big old penis.
Oh, some people wanted to see that. Yeah, he's not my.
No, not for me. I'm not saying that either.
You wouldn't have sex with Eric.
No, I would get.
Okay, close your eye.
No.
Imagine you're in Las Vegas. Let's say you're at the Caesars Casino. You're out there playing blackjack.
And he smiled at me.
He comes over.
Oh,
he
he's
sits
gross,
beside
though.
you.
He's gross.
And he was like, "Hey," and he's like, and you like run out of money. And you don't get. And he's like, "Here's a 20."
I'd do it. Even as I'm saying it, I know I wouldn't. Y'all, come at me if you're just slutty and you can't help it. I'd do it for the story.
You would do it for the story. What is that show?
Life is short.
That would be like, it was like
Get
something
all
like,
the dick
was
you
it
can.
Hard copy for the story. Something was, their slogan was for the story.
I think hard copy.
I'm just imagining you
Hard cocky.
with a picture with your ass up and saying poodle for the story. So anyway, y'all, this drove her crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy. And they're like breaking up in quarantine. And he actually,
She's like, you would not be here if it wasn't for quarantine.
He left and was going to come back and just pack his shit and go.
They'd almost decided
But then
that.
quarantine happened and he couldn't leave. And so, y'all, they show pictures of the girl that he met in Peru, which if they're showing pictures, that means they got a release signed. That means we're going to meet her. Y'all, she's gorgeous.
Evelyn's going to tear her throat out.
She is gorgeous.
Like, y'all, and Evelyn is a very divisive person. If you don't watch the show a lot, Evelyn gets a lot of hate. We're not of the same mind. I'm kind of like, she told you she didn't want to get married. I also get the she's manipulating him. She's mean to him.
No, you forget that I've changed a little bit. I feel like because in the first season I was like, Evelyn is so mean to him, and then kind of by the end of the second one in quarantine,
He's asked for everything.
I'm like, he's
Thank
so
you, sir.
fucking
May
stupid.
I have another?
So it really is. He is.
She's been unchanged from the very beginning.
She is not, and that's why I'm.
He knew she was the village bicycle.
Yes.
He knew she had fucked almost every other guy in the town.
Y'all remember he was like, he would be in town at the grocery store and some guy would be like, "Oh, do you know Evelyn?" He's like, "Yeah, how do you know her? We fucked."
We used to date.
So like she literally knows everything.
And we're sex positive, y'all. No shame in her game.
No, but she's totally been doing it behind its back, for sure. So I have less sympathy.
That's why I kind of
for
respect her.
I have less sympathy. She's kind of like Antifa. We knew who she was from the beginning. But we kept saying the only way Surf Jesus was going to get ahead of this relationship, he needed to fuck or even just show interest in another woman.
He needed to make her think he was going to lose. She was going to lose
him because that's what she doesn't. She doesn't really want him.
No,
but she doesn't want to lose him either.
Also, because he
gives her money, and y'all remember he pays for her fucking bar in Ingabao.
She's always going. And I don't think she's necessarily. She's a very transactional person, and I don't think she thinks of herself as a bad person. But her way of life is very transactional.
Yes.
And she is going to, when she sees something better, she's going to trade up and not have a single thought.
Not at all.
About it.
Why would you not do that?
Exactly.
So Evelyn says, I asked him, first I thought he was meeting this girl. Then he said there was more. I asked him if they had sex. Corey said he couldn't get it up.
Here's the thing.
Do we believe this? Did you just get water all over your face?
I did. Here's the thing. So what? The intention was there.
That's what I thought too. You didn't stick it in, so means...
Is she rejoicing in the fact that he said, I was thinking about you and I was ashamed, so I couldn't say that?
Here's the deal, is that she's using that
Yep.
because she knows that they probably did fuck, and she knows it's going to come out.
She's no fool.
And she's sitting there saying, oh, okay, then I guess I'll allow it. But she's just waiting for him to mess up again. So that way he is indebted to her deeper. Because guess what, y'all? When Corey says, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to. I just got lost control and wasn't thinking about you. And she's going to say, okay, can we open another bar on the other side of the city?
And this is always something she can use against him.
Always. That's all she wants.
Yeah. I will say this. I
think she's a despicable person, but I think she's shown her hand.
I think she's a survivor.
She is a cockroach.
I think in that family, she has bigger aspirations to what she wants. She wants, number one, she wants money.
Yes.
Number two, she wants to live well.
Yes, I also think she wants
successful.
I think she wants like popularity and fame.
And
all of the fashion, all of the fame, baby, you're gonna remember my name. I'm gonna love you
if you are.
I'm gonna love you. You're a superstar.
Those songs are so terrible, but they get in your head.
RuPaul songs always get in your head.
It's kind of amazing. She has made us remember and sing those terrible songs.
Because she plays them all the time. All the time. You can. I bet you can sing like two other RuPaul songs right now. Yeah.
I can.
Yeah.
I'm not going to. She'll charge us.
Yeah.
So, but what I was saying is she's a survivor, and she will claw her way there. I got to give that to her.
Yeah.
However, there's something
even if it's on the
sweet.
back of Corey.
Yeah. Or when Corey's on his back.
Yeah.
And she's banging him with a strap on.
Yeah.
So, there's something about him that is innocent and naive that touches her. And that is something that I don't think any of this is actively evil.
No, it's like I'm going to get nerdy for our sissy nerds. It's like when Thanos destroys half of the universe, and then he's just sitting there, and a butterfly flies his hand, and he looks how beautiful the butterfly is.
Yeah.
That's Evelin.
Yeah. It's her worldview is so far away from his.
Oh, yeah.
And
y'all remember, he's from, is it outside of Seattle?
Mill A, Oregon.
Washington.
Washington. Mill A, as opposed to Mill B, which is down the street.
Yeah.
But we don't talk about Mill C because it's not great.
Sinners. He was raised Latter-day Saints.
Yes.
So
father passed away. That was very
we
sad.
saw that. But with Corey, Corey is naive for a Mormon.
Yeah,
that
really
is saying something.
He is,
because I have a lot, and I say that we have quite a bit of Mormon friends, and a lot of them are like, I was really naive till I moved to LA.
He feels like a Salt Lake City boy.
Yes, he really does.
So anyway, we're basically they're talking more about the seeing someone else.
Evelyn said, I appreciate we can start over now with no more secrets. By the way, Raul's not going to be in this season. Not going to have him on.
Yeah,
took care of that.
The less we see of Raul, because he knows way too many secrets.
I fucked him way too many times.
In a way, I see her as just this free spirit. She doesn't need to be tied down to anyone. She's even said, I'm never going to get married.
Yeah.
Now, here is the fatal flaw here, you guys. She constantly reminds him, now that they're saying the big news of this is they have a wedding date. She has agreed to marry him after they worked on their stuff during quarantine. She never misses a beat to tell him, I'm not doing this for us. I'm doing this for you.
Yeah.
Look how much I've sacrificed.
For you.
It's actually bravo.
It's horrible, but yeah.
Bravo for you getting hand in this
relationship.
Because
she wants to tell him, I'm doing this for you. We're going to get married. And then guess what? Can we open that convenience store up on the other side of town?
I'm going to use this as leverage for the rest of my life.
To get the things that I want in life. Y'all, this is what happens.
Let me study with you. Evelyn.
She walked around Engelbau one day. She was like on a lunch break from the bar or whatever.
Yeah.
She's walking around and she went, fucked him, fucked him, fucked him.
Good for you.
Fucked him. I fucked her. Fucked him. And
Yeah.
then she realized there's no one left for me to fuck that's going to help me.
Yeah.
And I think that's the reason why she was like, I'm going to marry Corey.
And I think
There was nowhere else to go.
There's this searcher, hunger kind of mentality. She's the only one in her family and in her town who's like this, probably.
Yeah, she's like, yes.
She's singular. And that's what's attractive to her, to
Give
Corey
to
for
me
her.
the life I love, and
But-
let the live go by me.
Here's The Vagabond
It is.
by Vaughn Williams.
But sung at a very gay baritone.
It's true.
Give to me the life I love.
Is that supposed to be less gay?
Supposed to be.
You'll put yours at the back of your throat, though.
Yeah, I don't
I'm going
think
to move
that
on.
was pretty gay.
Oh.
That you just went like this.
I did. So, anyway,
marries.
she asks him, "Are you having sex?" And that's when he talks about getting it up. And she's like, "We're going to start out." So, y'all, they're reopening the bar.
They're reopening the bar.
Reopening the beach bar.
And she's like, so they're getting the bar up, and she says, you know, my parents don't know anything bad about Corey because I've never spoken bad
Right.
about Corey to them. So they don't have
And I've got to say, that goes along with her ethical code.
Yeah.
You guys, you can say what you want to about Evelyn. She's very ethical when it comes down to it. She has her own code
But
that she follows.
I think it's just what those ethics are.
I agree.
I think that's a weird word to use.
Well, she has her own ethics.
Yes, I think that's a better, because yes, to clarify, because using someone to just and sleeping around on them, I think is unethical.
I agree.
Yeah.
But
it's saying her own ethical.
but she's
code.
really big on it. That's
Yeah.
what she lives by.
Yes.
And she doesn't respect anyone who doesn't.
No.
So they are served. She says, like, the pandemic made us stronger.
Pandemic made us stronger.
And she, of course,
She's like,
she's,
yeah, you went to Peru on a girl hunting mission. And Surf Jesus, he's like, wow, but anyway,
Y'all,
it was good for us.
that's 24/7.
24/7. This is not for the cameras.
Anytime they disagree, she's going to hit him with that.
He's like, but I gave you the puppy eyes. And she's like, yeah, you gave me the puppy eyes. So
And-
they're getting married in 5 months.
And he says it was very hard for me to kind of she said it was very hard. It's going to be very hard for me to trust him again after all this. And I was like, wow, you just flipped this whole situation.
This is-
bravo.
Because, y'all, he couldn't trust her. Because literally, I think I said this once when we talked about them before. It's like Catherine O'Hara's character from Waiting for, or from Best in Show.
No, every guy they met in town,
Every
she
guy
had
that
dated.
she meets, he's like, hey, remember that time we banged in Topeka? She's
Yeah.
like, oh, well. Oh, God, I forgot that.
It is that.
You really...
And-
we broke that headboard, didn't we?
but
That's Evelyn.
At the same time, she could honestly say to him, and this goes against her ethics, or goes with her ethics. When we were together, I never cheated on you. We were on a break. I might have seen my ex. I guarantee you, she never cheated on him when they were together.
Probably just when she was on a break, yeah.
But that's her ethical system. He, however,
But he cheated on her. Honestly, it didn't sound like he cheated on her. They seem to be broken up.
yes,
But she's saying, no, we're a break.
yeah, but she's seeing it the way she wants to see it.
Yeah.
But this is,
She is a horrible human.
hey, leopard can't change its spots.
No, I'm not saying, but
it's the turtle and the scorpion or whatever it is.
Boy, you fucked that up.
every time.
yeah.
I told you knew I was a scorpion, bitch.
Yeah, that's true. It's the fox.
It's every animal. Who cares? No, because the turtle the scorpion went across on the turtle, so it was the turtle and a scorpion.
No, it's a fox. The fox.
No, the scorpion stings the
No,
turtle.
the fox eats the gingerbread man or whatever.
No, you're
We're
incorrect.
messing this up.
You're incorrect.
We have school teachers right now and parents that are screaming at us.
Join the club. So
You're shaking off that pizza.
I am. So he says,
so yes,
he also says, I haven't been honest about what happened in Peru.
I feel guilty.
So
about
this is going to be a reveal.
because I'm a Mormon and we lie, and then I'm gonna feel real guilty.
But so they're going to tell her family they're getting married tonight.
yes, so they go. She's like, my parents love him, so they go over there, and y'all.
She's like, they want me to marry a pastor. Fat chance.
But she said, divorce is not an option. So because I'm sure they're very Catholic.
Yeah.
And so Evelyn said, she's like, I'm here. I want to leave the room and change my mind once I tell them there's no going back. And I went, this is how you feel when you're telling someone you're about to get married. You don't need to get married.
This is a big deal for her because here's why. Here's why it's a huge deal for her. She knows that when she tells her parents, they will finally think it's real. Because the entire time
she says.
I know.
Once I tell them I'm not going back, I don't have an out. She says
exactly.
that.
Y'all, and that's an animal strategy.
Yeah.
You got to make sure you always have an out.
That is true. But also just the fact of
that's what I do.
when you get, but I'm just talking about on a even just a simpler level. When you tell your family you get engaged, that should be one of the happiest moments of your life.
She is not one of those people.
She has no business getting married.
I understand what you're saying.
No, but I mean, just that's against her at all.
I understand her. I get her.
I'm not saying I don't understand. I'm just saying, though, she's doing the wrong thing.
I
She's
agree.
this is not gonna go well for her.
But she will wind up.
But Corey does not see who she is.
She will not cheat on him. What she will do is make his life hell, and she will basically run him off.
After 5 years, I think she'll cheat on him.
We'll see. That's really against her ethics.
She'll figure out a way where they're on a break.
Gotcha. So,
y'all, Corey's not going to. I'm sorry, Evelyn's not going to be married for someone for the rest of their life and not sleep with another person.
I don't know.
But here's the deal: you're acting like ethics are set in stone.
I agree.
People change their ethics to what they want.
I agree.
That's
So,
what she'll do.
Y'all, the biggest news of this episode: Surf Jesus took Duolingo.
He knows Spanish,
or at least some. He can say camarones with like a shrimp.
He
can say "Cómo estás, Leslie?"
and he can tell that Leslie thinks he's a big piece of shit.
Boy, Leslie didn't really hide that.
No, not at all.
Because Leslie, we find out, heard about what happened in Peru. The parents don't know. The brother doesn't know.
Yes.
So he's saying, yeah, camarones rosas. I'm a big shrimp. I got sunburned. Y'all, Surf Jesus walks around sunburned 80% of the time.
He also is that. He's just your, y'all. He's your boring uncle at every family dinner. Not the funny one, but the one who's just nice. But every time you see him, he just talks about his job, and you don't know anybody there.
Kind of, he's trying to be funny. I mean, maybe when the camera's on, there's something else.
Maybe.
I don't know. So she says, I need to tell you something. And it looks like she's about to vomit on her plate.
Yeah, it's horrible.
And she finally says, we're planning a wedding. And the mom goes, seriously?
Seriously, yeah.
And she goes, incredible.
She's like, Corey, you convinced Evelyn to do this?
He did the impossible.
But then Leslie jumps in. She's like, I don't get it. You never wanted to get married. I don't get it.
Yeah. And she's like, are you pregnant?
You're pregnant, right? She's like, no. She's like, so.
I feel like it's time.
Why?
Whatever. She's the surly teen from the White Lotus right now.
And so Leslie says, I don't think Corey's the right guy. She's like, he plays all innocent and shy, but I think it's fake.
It's interesting because I could see. I wonder if she thought this before she knew about Peru.
No.
They warmed up to him, but his family was always a little shady towards him. But but that's basically it. And she says again, divorce is not an option in my family.
So Evelin, she does it. I thought Evelin said Leslie knows that Corey was going out partying, but she doesn't know that he was with a woman in Peru.
Maybe that was what it was.
I think so. So that's why she thinks he's fake, because he goes out and parties and all that. Do I think Corey's fake? I don't. I think he's just, y'all. He's
Weirdly, he's extremely genuine.
He's a Labrador. Don't
come for labs. I've learned that on Instagram.
Oh, I love Labradors, but the reason why I love Labradors is because every time a Labrador meets somebody, they just come up to him and say, "Rub my butt," and then start and
and it's fine.
And they fall. I've had Labradors.
I want a dog who hates people.
Not
sometimes.
me. I've met Labradors that I've been sitting down that come over and then just lay on me. That's Corey.
I want a dog.
He meets everybody.
I want a dog who's choosy about people.
Yeah, you'll see. Corey always is a friend to people.
Totally.
Always. And that is
I think that's what Evelyn's trying to figure out, why he's always like that.
Because
I'm very Evelyn like, and I have dated nice guys, true nice guys, to figure out, you got to have a motive somewhere. What's your game? What's this game?
I think probably in some deep level, Evelyn is why she will always kind of have it in for Corey, but also love him. I think a part of her is jealous of him because he can be himself, and she never could be that.
There's also a redemptory quality that he may give to her.
She's just not going to be that. She can never
totally.
is comfortable enough to be her true, authentic self around people.
Totally.
Maybe she's a lesbian. I don't know.
I think it's a question of being a fish out of water her whole life. I think she doesn't belong in this. She loves the town because she likes being the singular person in the town.
Yeah. But
she's Belle, y'all, but not nice.
No, but she
really is a lucky girl. That Evelyn.
Yeah, more like if we'll get back to that, but not Belle. More like hell. Anyway, I'm just saying, when Jenny comes to town, not gonna be good.
It's gonna be rough.
I'm ready for this.
It's gonna be rough.
I'm very excited for this. You know what? This is a little. All right, let's take a break.
Let's take a break,
and we'll be right back with Ari and Biniam
and her hot ex, who I'm here for.
Okay, y'all, we're back.
We're back. Got myself a little water.
Ariella and Biniam.
So quick.
Our favorite couple. Y'all, we like The Other Way. That's usually probably one of you like Before the most.
I like Before and The Other Way.
Before, but I like The Other Way a lot too. We like them both. We were done talking about this couple last year. I'm kind of still not ready.
It is careening towards.
We're going to be done with them by
disaster.
episode 6.
Yeah. And it's a lot of it's hard to watch for me because there are so many, and it's actually not hard to watch, but for what it does make you do is continuously confront principles of white privilege and African colonialism.
Yes.
Over and
Over
over
and
again.
over.
And then when she doesn't get it, that she's doing something that, and she talks about being a mom, and you're like, and then I can kind of see her point. So you go back and forth. It's an emotionally exhausting journey for them.
I think it's such an example, too, that, and I don't mean this to pass the buck, I mean more of what the things you just brought up are really complex, complicated issues.
Very much so.
And I think people have a strong reaction to them because it triggers what our own ideas about that is and what that is. It's not just a...
And the fact that this woman was
easy
I
issue.
wondered the fact now that this woman is not pregnant anymore, and this woman is now living in Ethiopia, inviting her ex-husband to stay in their house.
He is pretty hot.
Yeah, I want to clarify a couple things. She's inviting her ex-husband, who she was with for 10 years.
Yep.
Who she says is her best friend now.
Yep.
And instead of him staying somewhere else, he's going to stay with them.
Well, if you noticed, anytime she said, my friend is coming to. She never said my friend is coming to visit us. My friend is coming to visit me. Language defines everything.
Yeah. And
she never says us. Even though he said, I'm excited to meet Biniam. I'm excited to meet Ari.
She just wants her friend near her. That's the thing. Now, I want to say one thing. If she was really thinking about, especially we all know Biniam's ideas about men and women.
Yes.
And we already know he'll get jealous about something like that.
Yes.
She knows that because she hasn't told him a lot. Because she knows that'll make him jealous.
But she got jealous too because she thought he was slapping bongo asses at the club.
He was playing leg piano and astrum.
An astrum. But
in front of Janice, his mother-in-law. That was one of my favorite moments, watching Ari's mother watch him playing his ex-girlfriend's ass.
And thinking, this is the father
like
of my
steel
grandbaby.
drums.
I don't think we're going to see her this season, and I'm sad.
I love Mama
I'm sad
Janice.
about it.
So, but I want to clarify. Maybe you would take the step of saying, you know, I'm going to respect that boundary of my family.
Yes.
And because that's the biggest transgression here.
What it just proves the point, and we said this
She
about
doesn't
Ari.
care.
She does care, but what she cares about, what Ari cares about more than anything, and we said this, Ari needs to be different.
Yep.
Ari needs to be special.
She needs to wear the traditional garb of Ethiopia.
She needs to be unique. She needs to be this white girl from fucking Connecticut
who's got her
left
braids.
her life, who's got...
No, Princeton, New Jersey.
It's all the fucking same.
Don't say that.
New Jersey, Connecticut.
It's very different.
It's very different. But still, it's even worse that she's from Princeton, New Jersey. Like
they could not
Yuppie
have found.
Central.
They could not have found a more kind of an example of privilege, of American privilege.
Yes, and the fact that
Of
she's
Ivy League.
of Ivy League, and basically everything we said about her is true. She wants to be special. This is the only reason why she's doing this. And, guess what? They're living in a 3-bedroom house, and who's paying for it, Poodle?
Her parents.
We called it.
We did say that. Now, I want to clarify. She's now getting everything she wants. In a way, she's very careful to say things like, it's very, very common in Ethiopia to have help. So we have a nanny now, a live-in nanny, but they're in a 3-bedroom house.
Y'all, they would have a nanny if it was very expensive.
Exactly.
Because she would call her mother and say, I don't know how to do this.
I can't take care of Bobby.
And
And I'm sure it is hard because I can't imagine Biniam is very intuitive about things taking care of a baby.
I'm sure it's hard, but Ari is not, and Janice said this, she is not someone who is
She's easily overwhelmed.
Easily
as well.
overwhelmed. Y'all, we saw later, she doesn't know how to make a bed. This is beyond you're a tired mom. This is you're a privileged little white girl.
In every scene, y'all, and
if
his
you're
sisters,
Ari fans, you're probably going to want to skip segments with us.
Yeah, his sister says it's best. This is some white nonsense.
This is some white nonsense.
Or white shit here.
White people shit.
Yeah.
That line made me guffaw. So let's actually talk about what. So she is. She is walking down the street.
Let me just clarify before you do that. What's happened? They're very public with living their lives on Instagram.
They are.
Both are. However, they're very careful to not say where they are. So there has been this intrigue of, is Ari and the baby? Are they in the U.S.? This looks like the U.S. Are they in the U.S.? Is Biniam in the U.S.? We don't know where he is. So there's been a little bit of that, and I think they want that in their Insta stories.
Ari wants people to. She wants people to talk about her.
Yeah.
She wants people to think about her. She wants people to think she's a mystery.
She wants to be an influencer. Yeah.
I mean, do we remember when she was in that yoga studio talking about when she was going to Ethiopia and all those other Karens were like, oh my God.
She's like, yeah, I'm going to go to Ethiopia, whether my parents like it or not. It's like there's this line in 6 Degrees of Separation that Weeza Kittredge's daughter says, Mom, I'm going to go to Afghanistan to climb mountains. I'm going to go climb mountains. And she's like, and then I'm getting married. She's like, honey, no, you're not going to. She's like, you know what? Fine. I'm going to go get married, and then I'm going to go to Afghanistan and climb mountains. I'm going to show you.
She wants to show. Y'all, doesn't Ari have a sister?
Yes.
I bet her sister hates her. Because she's just like, Ari again.
So, but anyway, we did not know if she was back in the U.S. for a while. Now, we now know she took the baby, and he still couldn't get a tourist visa, so he couldn't go with her. She took the baby. So
Is that what happens later on in the season?
No, I don't think they were filming it this time.
Oh, because they show in the trailer like her leaving on the airport and he can't go.
I think that is part of it, but she went back before.
Oh, yeah.
I think the baby's this old. I think the baby has been back.
Because she's close to
then.
her parents, and her parents want to see the baby.
Yeah. So anyway, to clarify, she's got the baby on her back. And Binyam is working out. Looks good, even though he says he's chubby. He looks good.
Well, he did on Instagram. He gained like
that
little bit.
Thick boys.
Well, no, he gets real slim again, where he has abs and all that.
Yep.
Y'all, she's walking in full on. I don't know what the term is.
It's traditional dress.
Traditional dress.
This outfit was planned. Everything was planned.
It's planned because she wanted this image.
Yeah.
This is why, if you look at her Instagram, it's very curated and it's very good because she's always thinking about how people look at her.
She gets a lot of flack, and I'm not going to be the one to come for her about it. She gets a lot of flack on trying out different looks.
Yeah.
And a lot of people say, what did you do?
This is my question, though. Like, I'm genuinely, this might
a lot of them are shoots, though.
But like with her wearing, I guess, I don't know what to say because I'm a white person, so I'm not, and I'm not African at all. But
you're not?
No. Had a bit in me, but but no, didn't take. I guess it's okay that she wears this like as a white person who's trying to be an anti-race. Like, I saw it and it kind of triggered me. But then I went, but she's raising her son who is African.
Get it.
So is it okay?
To me, it was the initial shot that we've had that says, look how I've transitioned. I don't know if it's okay or not. Look how comfortable I am now.
And I guess it's none of my business.
Maybe we're reading it wrong.
Maybe we're reading it because she does have a son who's African.
Here's
so
the
that's
thing.
a big deal.
I agree. Here's the thing.
I'd want that kid to feel included.
All feedback, initial feedback, is honest feedback, though. So we got that. That's what we were saying. Both of us had that.
Like where you kind of just cringed a little bit.
And maybe it's wrong.
Maybe it's wrong. Saying. Yeah, I don't know. But this is what I hate it because it's so divisive. But watching their storyline makes you think about you and what your things are. Yeah,
it does.
And Biniam makes me think a lot of things about me and him.
So
and bongo butt drums.
He could play your butt.
He's like, oh look, what does that button do? Onga, onga.
So anyway, it was very. I wrote down. Maybe it was because Ethiopia had a rocky relationship with the U.S. Remember, he could not get a tourist visa.
He could not.
So that's why she moved there to kind of be with him when the baby was born. And he's saying things. They're asking. I think the producer asked, "What was your life like?" He's like, "Well, it was both terrible and good and the best." And she's like, "What was terrible?"
What the year that you had your child and we got married was terrible.
He can't say anything right.
He was like, y'all they met whenever, just so you know, timeline. They met. She was traveling 2 years ago. She had just filed for her divorce.
Just filed for divorce.
So think about that. She had just filed for her divorce from Leander, who we meet later. Leandro. And that's where they saw each other. And after 3 months of dating, they got pregnant.
So it's basically a bang trip.
This is Biniam's second wife too. Our second marriage too. We'll learn more about that.
We'll talk about that in a second.
It's literally like they could not have cast this better.
I know.
It's a dream.
I will say, I kind of went with these two. This is going to be juicy this season.
I think so too.
And sadly, we're going to see loyalties line up, I think, just like they did before last season with either Team Ari or Team Binion or Team Parents or...
Because the deal with Ari,
Ugh.
Ari says that she's so woke or that she's so... But the deal is when she's backed into a corner, Ari falls back on that American nationalism and that...
I'm going to take my baby.
Yep, I'm going to take... And that's why I do feel sorry for Binion because at the end of the day, he knows... A part of him every day thinks, when is Ari going to take my
leave and
child
take my
back
baby?
to America? And that's not fair.
Because that's already happened.
Because that's already happened.
It's already happened to him.
Because we find out that's what his first wife did.
Right.
And they had a baby too, right?
Yes, but no, that's the one who came back to the U.S.
Yeah.
Took his
she
child.
came back to the U.S. And we find out, this is spoiled, but we find out later, because she got back together with her ex.
His ex-wife went back with his ex.
So it's like, what the
And
fuck
Ari
is
knows
happening?
that.
And she knows all this.
And the sisters know that.
They all know this.
Maybe the maid, or what's the maid's name? I'm sorry, the nanny. Fuck.
I thought it is Mimi. I forgot. I didn't get her name. She's really pretty, but I didn't get her name.
But she's like,
I know this too.
yeah. Yeah, she's like, yeah.
So they
But
are...
yeah, so she's like, what? And
Mimi, it is Mimi. His sister's name is Mimi, too.
oh, and so Benny says, I was just saying that we fight a lot and we're happy life. And Ari's
She's like, that's life.
That's life. And then I don't know if you heard it's like, that's life.
That's what it is.
That's what it is. You fight with your boyfriend, then you say, I'm going to have my mother pay for everything and send me back to the U.S. That's life.
That's my life.
That's my life. I don't like the rest of this song.
I'll stop singing. So we find out that
It is Mimi.
Of course.
Mimi.
Of course. Mimi. It's my best Adam Pascal. So it turns out that it was the worst year for Benyam because all the clubs.
Y'all, he's a dancer,
all the clubs,
choreographer,
The money
musician.
dried up, and his clubs closed, and he couldn't. He does still go to his stuff for his studio, but he's been just really screwed.
And so that's
That's
living.
why his parents.
And so her parents are helping them to live in a 3-bedroom house. This is
It does seem nice.
But they probably got a 3-bedroom house.
Remember where they were before?
Oh yes, and they got a 3-bedroom house. So that way, 1 bedroom for them, 1 bedroom for the baby, and 1 bedroom so mother can come anytime.
Mother
she
Janice.
wants. Mother Janice can come anytime she
Yeah.
wants. Because y'all, I bet she comes every 3 months.
Probably. I could see it.
Her room.
So y'all, I think Mimi is in it now.
Yes.
So Mimi's making injera, and y'all, I started salivating as soon as I saw her making. Injera is so good.
It's very good.
It's this kind of, if you don't know Ethiopian food,
It's right by where I live. That's best
I
food
know.
in LA. If you live in LA, there's little Ethiopia. It's great food.
it's right here too. Just so
Where? I'm talking about on Fairfax.
That's what I'm saying. I
Yeah,
live
in my neighborhood.
literally.
No, your father. It's my neighborhood.
Wow. I could literally drive.
I can walk.
Anyway, how much time do you go to Ethiopian places? If you
I
could
know
walk?
because I get that, and then I get a Hanson's cupcake for dessert.
Lord. So injera is really good. It's like a kind of almost like it's like tortilla-ish, but it's not.
It's spongier,
Yeah.
a little bit.
It's delicious, and she's
It's
kind of
very good.
teaching Ari to make it, and of course that turns out how you think it would. And Ari says, "You're my best friend here. I don't have anybody else." Because y'all, it's hard for Ari to make friends. Obviously,
It is. I think.
So I feel bad for her for that.
You
but-
do. Like, that's the deal with Ari. Like, you get at her, but you feel for her because it's hard for any new mother.
right?
But boy, to be a new mother with no
Well,
sense
also,
of support at all.
Ari has made friends through the culture and the social circle she grew up in. She's lost here.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way to do it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not enough for her to go out of her way to share herself with someone because she's worried about rejection.
Yeah.
So that's why. Also, no one's like her. here. So what's
Yeah.
she gonna do?
Oh goodness.
So anyway,
But she says Benny, he's gone some nights. He still goes to the studio,
stays out all night
works
with his
and
friends.
stays out all friends. He's probably partying. That's what musicians do.
Yep.
She doesn't have anybody to do that with, so that's why her
Her
ex-husband,
ex-husband's gonna come
Leander,
visit her.
is coming to visit her.
Leandro. You
That's
wanna
what
keep-
I've said.
You always keep saying Leander, like Hero and Leander.
Leandro. And she's like, even though we're divorced,
He's my best friend.
we talk all the time. And I wrote, of course she wants this because she's April from You, Me, and My Ex.
I
Same
said,
type.
Roy's my best friend.
Roy's my best
Leandro's my
friend.
best friend.
There's somebody who says
Leandro's my favorite person.
they don't care about boundaries. They just they want the attention
That's
on
the
them.
thing. It's no boundaries at all.
As long as the attention's on them and they're being attuned to.
So she's
they're fine.
FaceTiming him, and he's hot, y'all. He's real hot.
He's real hot.
And I think he's hotter than Binyam. Because
Oh.
Leandro's my type.
No, I think to me he's really. I think he's more attractive than Benham too.
But I think his nerdy professorial way for me, because that's my king.
he has a really pretty smile.
So anyway,
Poodle didn't notice that.
she's basically saying,
Y'all find his Instagram.
I almost called you babe.
Because really.
Because it's funny because I have no boundaries.
So
with
we
my
find out
husband.
about the relationship, and she says, she said he's already there. He's quarantining.
He's quarantining for 3 days.
She says, when I was 19, I was traveling. I met him. We got married. We got close. We were married for 10 years, y'all.
This is not a let's annul the marriage.
No, we were married for 10 years. She said, but the last
three
we never really saw each other.
We never saw each other.
And then she decided she wanted to travel, and he wanted to focus on getting his doctorate. Again, I bet when he said, I want to get my doctorate, y'all, Ari's dad's a doctor. Her family's well educated, and she went, you're doing whatever. You're not
this
different.
This is not my plan.
You're not different. You're trapping
I
me.
wanted someone not white.
I wanted someone not.
I wanted someone not like my dad.
Yeah. Y'all, if Benham ever did move back to the U.S. and he started working a non-artistic job, if he got like a job at like Best Buy or was trying to go to school, she'd be out. She needs that specialness.
Yep. So she basically says, Binyam's not very comfortable with my ex coming because everyone would be.
Because everyone... Again, the way they painted
next
it,
season of You Being My Ex.
Yeah, exactly. The way they painted it, that seemed like they had been divorced for a long time. But when she talked about it, you went, wait a minute. So you were divorced for him. Oh, wait, you weren't even divorced for him when you met Benham. And now so it's not even 3 years out since you were married to this person.
That's right.
And now you're married and have a kid, and this person's your best friend. Girl,
And
unless you tell me he came out as gay, this ain't going to work.
if that happens, I'll be very surprised.
I don't think that happened.
I think that would be the first thing that came out of Ari's mouth.
I think so too.
So
I'm saying I don't think that.
Right.
No.
She even says she's talking to Binyam, and
Guarantee you, she's the one that asked for a divorce.
Yep.
Actually, she said I filed for my divorce, so I guarantee he didn't want it.
He even says,
"Ooh, but she wants to be adored."
Yes, it's April. You're right.
It is April.
She basically says, she's like, I'm just worried that maybe he wants to start over with you. She's like, no, that's totally not it. I do love him. Choose your words, honey.
He's like, what
I
do you
love
mean?
him like a friend. Where
That's
he's like my
this
best
is
friend.
where she can't make the bed, and Benham has to make the
Yeah.
bed. And so he's like, I don't like that you said that you
Beds are
love him.
hard.
I don't like that. And Ari's like, are you excited about it? And he's like, no, I'm very uncomfortable. It's weird. And that's
this
where
is when-
that's where he says, I just don't want you to leave me and my baby and go back to your ex like my last wife did.
And this is when I go, this is when you ask maybe one of his sisters, if there's an extra room.
No, and then she even says,
Or-
it might be a little uncomfortable because remember last year when we were fighting and I was crying all the time? He was the person I called and talked shit about you. And so I don't know if he likes that I'm with you.
So
Don't tell y'all. Look, I'm going to give you some advice, unsolicited. You want to talk to your friends about problems with your partner, your husband. You've got those close squirrel friends. You get that. You need to either find a friend that will always meet you where you are so they won't hold those past transgressions against you, or don't tell them. And more importantly, when your boyfriend is going to meet said person, be like, Jake is the person I talk shit to about you. In what way, I answer this, how in any way does that help Beniam feel comfortable?
I don't think it's supposed to. I think it is supposed to undermine him at every possible.
The little bit of thought that she uses to think about him. It's the fact that she could fly off on an airplane to New Jersey at any moment.
Oh yeah,
is what he's a trapped man.
Yep.
Because you can tell on Instagram and you can tell on this, he's a really good dad. And he really seems to love his kid and be devoted to this kid.
So the sisters are over wishing
so
Mimi.
Sorry.
And
Benny, I'll have
we
your
remember
babies.
those.
Let's try.
So we remember wishing Mimi, and they're basically
love them.
They're gonna hate this ex.
Well, they don't, y'all. They don't like Ari.
They really don't.
They don't like Ari. They don't like Ari.
Basically, here's the interesting. She's telling them this news that he's coming to stay, and they're just stone-faced.
They're like...
And she said...
But no. I just want to say, she says it like this. She's like, I'm glad I have news. She's like, so that's when she says, my ex-husband is coming to visit me. And I thought, why would you phrase it this way? Why wouldn't you say... One of my friends is coming to visit us and meet Beniam and meet the baby. And see, and
he's also my ex-husband.
It does. I know it's weird. It's my ex-husband, but we are.
She doesn't care.
Now.
That's when.
She
says
says it in the most provocative way.
This is white people shit.
She even says this. That's it. She wants to be provocative.
Oh yeah.
She says
totally.
Why isn't this good news? When a friend comes to visit you, that's good news.
Here's the thing, y'all. I'm not saying she wants this. But the goal of this is this boundaryless relationship for her.
Mm-hmm.
And at any moment, she could ask the ex into the menagerie with them, and it would be fine. Because she likes to be that singular.
Wait, she just wants a threesome? I went somewhere.
No, but I'm saying I'm being hyperbolic.
Yeah.
But I'm saying that's how boundaryless this is. She's trying to create this liminal place for herself. Mm-hmm. But she's in Ethiopia, for God's sakes. And that's kind of hard to do. And she's going to be surprised if people distrust her.
I don't get it. I've done nothing for you not to trust me, Beniam. And then she'll make that
Except
angry
threaten
face.
to take your baby back.
She'll make that really angry face. Like when she was in the car. I'm not going to do this. So
I will say... Her anger face is extreme.
I think I did her. I'm going to have to listen to her to see how I channeled her voice.
Yeah, you usually would do her.
Because I would do the face. I'm going to have to listen to old episodes. So the sisters are like, no. And then Mimi says, well, I heard that they, when she went to visit her family in New Jersey, that she spent time alone.
There.
He stayed with them for 2 weeks.
Now, y'all, the big deal here is this is a man. This is a big faux pas. This is a man that she's not married to and not in a relationship, staying under the same roof with her.
Because again, we've said this. We read her like a book. Everything we've said about her is true. Because guess what? She's staying with her parents because her parents love him.
Yep.
They were married for 10 years. Now he's getting his doctorate, which they probably influenced him to do. Mm-hmm. They love him. They want her to get back together with him.
Yep.
They don't want her to be with Bongo Butt Dancer in Ethiopia. They don't want that.
Uncle Bunted. I don't know if Janice would say that, but I'm sure she's thought it.
I'm sure she's thought it. So so Mimi's like, well, I heard, and that's where Ari said, well, Wish told you that. And we went, what? And Ari said,
I told her that in confidence.
she's like, Wish and I are developed. She's like, when I told her that Leonardo, or whatever his name was. Leandro came and stayed with me for 2 weeks. She didn't act like it was a big deal then. I went, oh, honey.
She was saving it.
Oh, honey.
Don't you know how families and in-laws work?
Y'all, it's just true. 99% of the time, this is true. Blood is thicker than water. There's a reason why that is a saying.
Your in-laws, especially the first couple of years, they are not your friends.
They are gathering everything you're telling
intel.
them. And anytime you fuck up, they're going to let their sibling know about that.
Yeah. Remember that.
Idiot, Ari.
Remember that, y'all.
You are an idiot for thinking that's in confidence.
Like your first year and a half, 2 years of marriage with your mother-in-law, sister-in-laws, brother-in-law. They have absolutely no loyalty to you.
I'm going to say at least 10 years in.
Wow.
Well, Mars take care of themselves.
I guess.
You don't want to tell.
But I'm just saying, y'all, this is...
I think also that's how deep familial relationships are like this.
Yeah.
What an idiot.
So just be careful with spilling everything to your mother-in-law and thinking she'll keep it under her toque. Uh-oh.
Carl, have you talked to your sister-in-law lately? I hope not, Carl.
I would say give it at least 2 years, possibly 3. You say 10, but...
Carl, invite
think
Jean
longer.
over, can you?
Virginia.
Shoot her. Go get my address book. Go get it.
Oh, she's got an address book.
She can't remember any number. I say 10 years because I say it's a long time. Until you've had kids with your in-law. Not kids.
You're right.
You have
Kids helps a lot.
And your in-laws have kids and y'all bonded and you have this. Or if until your husband has done something really shitty and then you bond with it over your in-laws.
Right. That helps.
But y'all, they have not once come forbidding him on anything, these sisters.
No.
These sisters have not once schooled him on anything. So why would Ari think that she can tell him this?
I don't get it. I think it's just foolishness. Unlike Evelin plays the game well. Evelin's a good game player.
And Ari's not smart.
No. So she even says, she's like, he even asked, did you sleep with him? She's like, no.
No, you can tell, y'all, he's not a good actor.
He's shook by this.
He's shook. You can tell he's really upset.
And he's like, I need to go. And
she's like, once you see us together, it's not going to be a
brother
problem.
And sister who were married
for 10 years. And Benny,
brothers and sisters can marry.
She goes to take the baby, and the sisters are like, well, what do you think? And he's like, I don't know what to think in my mind right now at all.
And he even says, I need to warn Leandro when he comes that I'm going to need to find out a lot about this. And Ari's going to say, this is just some macho bullshit. Yeah. Because I'm going to take my way that I handle this and fuck everything else.
Yep.
Oh, y'all, this couple is gonna destroy us again. Sumit! It's my birthday! Sumit! I want to get married, Sumit.
Y'all, it's Jenny and Sumit. They're back.
Smee/Smith.
Or as Jenny says, Smee. I think she says, when she's desperate, she says, Smee.
And also, Smith.
Yeah, but when she's angry, she says Sumit. So y'all, Jenny, they're getting flowers delivered. It's her birthday.
We do her as a chicken, y'all.
We call her Chicken Jenny.
Because come on,
because you're like, you can
kind of see it.
Nobody's gonna marry me. Look, the sky is
when
falling.
She gets upset, there is a chicken cadence that she develops.
There is. So, y'all, she's about to be 63, and she's like,
I'm living my best life in India.
My best life, and I live in Delhi with the love of my life.
I've only been here 3 times.
We've dated 10 years, and I've come back 3 times. And one day we're gonna get married. He tells me.
One day, hopefully his parents will die soon. if the thing about it is, his parents, yes, they are the obstacle.
No. Well, we think they're the obstacle.
We think they're the obstacle.
Submit is
Submit
the
is
obstacle.
the obstacle. But I'm saying,
But yes.
if his
Yeah.
parents weren't in the picture, would they get married?
No.
Oh, yeah, I don't think so either. But
No. Because submit is the obstacle. Y'all, the thing that hit me about, we're not talking about the past stuff a lot. Because
no, he was
how-
Michael Jones. He catfished her, blah, blah,
But
blah.
however, when you look at the past in this way,
and y'all remember, Sumit was married when he was talking to Jenny.
Someone's getting a scruff.
No, it's just it's just email.
I can see the scruff logo.
Sometimes they send an email.
Y'all, Piano
Dick
Cat.
pic attached.
Piano Cat 77 at picklefinder.net.
Ooh.
But when you watched, because we watched it, when you watched, she came over there 10 years ago. She went back. She came over. She went back. When she went, I'd forgotten.
It's like the
she'd come
7
over there
Years War.
3 times. And when you watched it, did you think to your head, how dumb can you be?
How does...
This is not going to happen.
I think it's that she's so desperate to have that fairy tale
I
happiness.
guess Kyle from Cray Cray, y'all, was screaming because he hates Sumit. But then when you watch that, it kind of hit you the enormous truth that's just glaring all of us in the face.
It's awful.
Jenny,
and remember
Jenny.
last season when the mom just said, "I will be dead before you marry my son." And even that did not have her go home and stay.
Because you guys, if he really loved her, he would say, let's go to Palm Springs and start a new life.
Or let's go to Nepal, which
to...
they can do that.
Yes.
Or let's go somewhere away from my family so my mother can't ruin things. Now, I know that's hard in Indian culture because your parents are everything. But God.
But you know what? I know it's hard, but we came from close families and we had to come to terms with being our true, authentic self and knowing we could be shunned by our entire family.
Yeah.
And having to make that choice because we loved ourselves. And if Sumit really loved Jenny, it would be worth it.
No, you're right.
Do.
And y'all, so what are you going to do when your parents still say you can't get married and you don't have any other options and her tourist visa is running out? You're going to go to the astrologer. Because we've done this. Now, it is very important in Italy. That's all.
Well, astrology,
Italy, India.
Astrology is science.
Yeah. That was said.
Science.
Yeah. And you can...
I'd like to see that book.
You can say there is a lot of...
I believe in astrology,
there is
actually.
There is a lot of planetary stuff that you can prove by science and stuff like that of certain things that are happening, but it's all kind of relative to what you get out of it.
But the fact that I'm a Pisces and I like to be creative is not science.
True. I do know I have a Scorpio moon that explains all of my bad relationships.
I will say, if I as a Pisces, if I fuck a sun sign Scorpio, it says it's going to be fireworks. That's science. That's the magic right there.
I also know that I've dated way too many Leos, and I literally do stay away from them.
I don't date Cancers anymore. Well, I have a boy, but before I had too many Cancers.
Anyway,
wow,
where are we getting into this?
I think astrology is science.
So,
wow,
they're still not married, of course. But Jenny's like, I'm not ready to leave. I'm not ready to leave.
I don't want to go back to America.
So the astrologer, when Sumit was a boy, predicted he'd be in a relationship with an elder lady.
This is like,
and the marriage would be a failure.
Now, okay, check. So let's just think about this. You're a father, and you walk and you say, hello, yes, I'm bringing my son, and he's here. Here's my son, Sumit. He's 4 years old, and he goes, okay, let me just, I'm going to use my Dr. Pepper Zero can like a tea leaf. Let me just look here. I see a chicken in your son's future, and it looks like this chicken's going to be wearing very dark red lipstick, and she walks with a waddle, and she is going to never be married to your son, but she's old. It's a really old chicken. Wow. That's it. Give me my money.
That's it. Go away.
Go away. What do you say to that as a parent? Like,
Thanks for that.
Thanks.
We're gonna keep him away from chickens for most of his life. It's like what is it? It's the girl who couldn't prick her spinning wheel.
Stumparella.
Sleeping Beauty.
Sleeping Beauty.
Mm-hmm. But instead, it's old chickens. Sumit, get away from that old chicken. Remember the prophecy.
Yes, it is a prophecy.
So they're at the astrology.
Instead of the boy who lived, he's the boy who made bad mistakes.
They're at the astrologers, and they're calculating her birth time and date, and he's like, "What year?" He's like, "1957." Let me scroll back. Scroll back.
Let me get there.
I didn't know they had this one here.
Didn't know. Here we are.
So then she's like, remember, it's better. The guy says it's better not to create a fight. Don't force your marriage fast. And remember, you guys, they have to leave.
So that's why they want to know this, because basically because of COVID, she has a tourist visa that lasts for 10 years.
Right. And it's been extended.
She has to go back at least once every 6 months. Now, y'all, the way that works, I believe, is literally she can go back to Palm Springs, stay for like 2 weeks, a week, and then she can go right back to India.
Yep.
So it's still an inconvenience and it's money, but that's what they have. Well, because of COVID, this has been extended 3
a lot of times. Yeah.
Which I'm like, that's a lot. So...
And they basically say...
So they are pressured. They've got to get married. And the astrologer is saying, don't rush it.
Right. And let God decide.
Because I'm sure Sumit didn't slip him money under the table at all.
So, and he says, if you force this marriage, you will fight. And
I did wonder, actually, y'all, because Sumit... One thing we know about Sumit, he is continually lies to Jenny.
Yes.
He lied who it is. He lied who is married.
Lied about if he'd been married, how long.
Didn't he lie about his debts too?
Yes.
He's lied about everything. It actually would not put it past him to have this
hire this astrologer
and have him lie because he knows that he's pretty much at the point with Jenny where the stuff with his family, that was last season.
Yep.
Like he knows Jenny is like, if you really love me, family be damned, we've got to do this. And he needs something else to delay this.
You guys, basically what Sumit wants to do is live 2 lives. He wants to live his life with Jenny and keep her in some kind of house like a mistress.
Boy, this is so different than the first season of them.
Oh, yeah. We were all like, oh, love.
We were like, love.
Look at Sumit.
We were totally caught up with
Season
them.
2. Sumit was married?
What? Yep. Sumit was this, and then now we're here.
Yep, we're here. Now Sumit's a piece of shit.
Yes.
And Jenny is... what?
I like Jenny. I do.
But
I think
she's a fool.
I think
she's a fool.
I think Jenny is kind of a lot like we talked about the first episode. Elsie, Elisa, Ellie. Is that she's someone just...
she's not at Jenny level. Ellie's not at Jenny level.
I think she would when she's 63 years old.
Maybe you're right. Oof, boy, that's rough. So, remember, though, he says... Jenny's like, Sumit needs to marry me. That's the only way I'll be able to stay in the country. So, she says, her visa won't get an extension. We find that out. What are we going to do? So, they're talking to the travel agent.
Okay, this segment was so sad to me because literally Jenny's sitting there like this, and she just says, "So Sumit, what are we gonna do? It seems seems kind of obvious to me.
I just need to get ready to get married. That's it."
y'all, I'm using my ring finger if you're watching the intimate portrait. But wasn't it painful
Yes.
to see him?
To see him call the travel agent to find out everything, and it hurt. They found out they cannot go to Nepal because the borders are closed. They can't stay there. They can't go anywhere. They can't go to Thailand.
And then his in-laws took his passport.
Or I think he said he lost it.
He said he lost it, but then he said his in-laws took it from him. So, and once that happens, you see Jenny just get, well, hang up, Sumit. No reason. Hang up the call. You're gonna marry me. You're gonna fucking marry me. I don't care. Sumit. And she freaks out.
She kicks a chair, and there just feathers go up everywhere.
It reminded me of like the painfulness.
When the chicken lady has an
of,
orgasm on Kids in the Hall.
No, I was talking about Sumit. Of like when someone is gay. I'm not saying he's gay. I'm saying though when someone is gay and you ask them why they're like a man, and you ask them why they're not with a woman,
right?
And they're those friends that tried to talk in circles and make excuses, when they weren't ready to admit themselves what the truth was,
right?
And that was hard to watch because Sumit doesn't want to marry.
And she says, "Fuck
Jenny.
you, Sumit! Fuck you! Fuck you!"
She finally, that made me love Jenny more because she finally got angry like the rest of us have been.
And part of it is because Sumit really does kind of see him as that model shot that he sent her. Sumit has this weirdly inflated sense of himself.
Yeah, he does.
And he thinks he can do anything he wants.
Yeah. And he says, but he's like, I can't just remember, because she said, well, Sumit, before she freaked out, she's like, I guess we just got to get married. And he's like, but you saw that with my parents. I can't do that. And that's when she starts saying, she's like, Sumit, you don't, and he says, she's like, let's get married and I can stay here. And he's like, but I have to tell them that. And she's like, well, now I'm going back to America. Sumit, I'm ruining my life. Good for her. You promised me that you were going to get married the first time.
Yeah, but
the second time.
This is all lip service that we've heard before.
And Sumit's like, I can't change. And he's like, what can I do to change this? She said,
you can marry me today.
You can marry me. And she basically says, what do I have to go back to? I don't have anything. And how many times can I keep believing you?
Yeah.
I think it's important to say these words because Jenny's finally voicing what all of us have been saying.
This is cathartic to get out.
And that
Finally.
is where all this, y'all, this is 10 years of anger, of feeling like you're unlovable.
Her daughter and her wife need to
swoop her in,
kidnap her,
just put a
bag over her
like
head,
a blow dart in her neck in the middle of the night, pass her out, get her out of there.
Keep her in the basement for a while.
Yes. It's the best thing for her. She can find a bunch of old gay friends in Palm Springs.
She'd be fine.
She'll be fine. There's somebody in Bakersfield that will drive to date her and marry her. He's going to have bad eczema, Jenny, but you're going to love him anyway.
But you know what? He's going to love you.
Yes.
He's always had a thing for chickens.
He's probably going to have one of those bumpy red noses like Dr. Pimplehopper.
Like carbuncles. He's going to have carbuncles.
He's going to have carbuncles,
but you
Jenny.
need to be okay with it.
But he's going to love you.
Yeah. That's the show, y'all.
Fuck you, Sumit. I'm leaving.
I'm looking forward to this season, and I can't believe I said that.
I agree with you.
Those are famous last words.
The most famous.
Those are famous last words.
I agree with you. I think Ari and Biniam are going to be juicy.
Yeah,
because y'all,
and especially if
defend her all you want, defend her and come for me. Come for me.
Don't ask that from people.
But I do think sympathy is going to be gone for Ari a lot now that she's
that she's not pregnant anymore. Yeah,
and someone who brings their ex-husband of 3 years to push onto their new life, not gonna go good.
Yeah.
That's the show, everybody.
That's the show, y'all. Come find us on Instagram at Reality Gaze Podcast.
So nice to talk about this show.
I've got to say this.
It was so nice. I'm going to touch you. I'm touching you.
Don't hurt my shot arm, which is where the person brutalized me.
Oh God.
Y'all find us on Reality Gaze Pod on Twitter and come at us on Cameo.
Yes, Reality Gates Podcast, Instagram. Hey, be sure to leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. We appreciate that very much. Again, we mentioned the live show sold out. There will be more dates coming. The best way that you can do that is y'all subscribe to the newsletter.
Yes,
it's
that's
in the
going
show notes.
to be coming out soon.
We only send it out once a month, or if there's now we're gonna maybe send it out. If we announce a new batch of live shows, we'll send it out.
Especially now that we're going to be doing more shows. We're
still not going to bug you that much.
We're going to be talking about via the newsletter and our socials.
But that's the best. But social media is hard because y'all, you follow so many porn actors that your feed just gets clogged up with guys showing their dick in their underwear, and then you miss important announcements.
And me.
So email the newsletter is yours.
And in our case, there's way too many schnauzer sites that I have to go through.
All right, everybody, that's the show. We're going to see you next week. Remember, we call these people lonely hearts because, aren't we all just lonely hearts looking for love?
Yes, and if you think that you can't get anyone, remember that there's always an old man with carbuncles who lives in Bakersfield, and he's waiting for you. And also, call us.